Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Anna Manuel. The 4th of July weekend is almost here, and if you're looking for a place to take in a great fireworks show, we've got you covered. On July 3rd, a fireworks display will follow the Elmira Pioneers game. The game starts at 7 with fireworks to follow. Also on the 3rd, Watkins Glen will have a show starting at 9:30 at the Seneca Lake Events Center. Corning's fireworks show will start at 9:45 at the Riverfront Park, and Hornell fireworks will begin at 10 at Veterans Memorial Park. A sport inspired by the Star Wars films has made its way to Elmira, and this weekend competitors from all over the country are vying for a national championship. Our Josh Feldberg introduces us to Ludo Sport.
This fighting competition is known as Ludo Sport. It's a style of combat sport that uses the lightsaber, the weapon popularized by the Star Wars films. This weekend, the National Ludo Sport Tournament will be held at the Elmira Center in the Heights. The tournament begins tomorrow and continues Sunday. When it wraps up, a national champion will be crowned. Unlike in the movies, these lightsabers don't cut off limbs. They're a special type of saber that are made specifically designed for combat purposes.
All of it is modeled as if this lightsaber was a perfectly real weapon. So it takes into consideration some of the differences between a sword and something that is made of hot plasma, so to speak, right?
The sport is like fencing. You have to try to hit your opponent with your lightsaber. You get a point for every strike you land on your opponent. First to 3 points wins. 2 national champions are crowned. The overall winner of the tournament is the national war champion. The competitor who uses the best form is crowned the Style National Champion. This is the custom lightsaber that the fighters use in their duels. To turn them on, you go like this. Now, I'm no Luke Skywalker, but the instructors and students here at the Elmira Center in the Heights were happy to teach me a little bit. There are Ludo Sport academies all across the country where you can go to learn how to fight. There's even an academy at the Elmira Center in the Heights where you can take classes and join an order or clan.
I went in first, tried out everything. I convinced him doing it, and ever since we've been in love with it.
Thank you so much, because I actually didn't want to do it at first but then he talked about how it's on weekends and it's like lightsaber fencing, so I caved in, and it's one of the best choices I've ever made.
My favorite part is probably being with friends and having fun, and I think having fun is the most important thing about doing sport.
For more information about the event, you can go to the Center in the Heights website. Josh Feldberg, Big Fox News, Elmira.
The Wall That Heals. The Vietnam Moving Wall Memorial stands tribute in Eldridge Park. Visitors from all over the Southern Tier have come to pay their respects to these fallen people at arms.
Our American people, dad and mom or grandpa, grandma, please say something. Education for our young generation. Have them learn about history. History we never ever forgot. Yeah, look at our father in this country, President George Washington. Freedom is not free.
People in Millport are being advised to boil their water before using it. The reason? Millport officials blame a broken water line in the village. They recommend boiling water before cooking, drinking, showering, and even brushing your teeth as the best way to avoid possibly getting sick. The boil water advisory is in effect now until the village announces the line is fixed. President Joe Biden is calling for an end to the Senate filibuster, at least when it comes to abortion rights. Doug Lazater has more from Washington.
President Biden back from Europe and hitting the ground running at the White House, where he will meet virtually with a group of Democratic governors today to strategize on abortion. That follows his comments in Spain, where he lashed out at the High Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade.
The one thing that has been destabilizing is the outrageous behavior of the Supreme Court of the United States.
The use of that kind of language while abroad was once seen as beyond the bounds for a president, but in recent administrations, it's become more common.
In a better time in this country, he'd be censured by Congress. Unfortunately, the time in the country that we're in, this is like Thursday, and it's about as unusual as the sun coming up tomorrow.
Still, the president was reflecting genuine anger within his party, and as many progressives pushed the White House to do more, The president now says Congress should pass a law guaranteeing abortion rights and change the rules if they have to.
And if the filibuster gets in the way, it's like voting rights. It should be, we provide an exception for this.
But even a new federal law would face legal hurdles, and the White House is very limited here.
So the president really can't do that much. It's really going to be up to the states.
The president seems to acknowledge that, saying this is really up to voters.
Show up and vote. Vote in the off year and vote, vote, vote. That's how we'll change it.
Climate change activists are calling it a devastating setback toward combating dangerous greenhouse gas emissions. But some are praising the Supreme Court's decision to restrict power from the Environmental Protection Agency. Kevin Cork takes a closer look.
The Supreme Court issuing yet another polarizing decision with Thursday's 6-3 ruling stating that the Environmental Protection Agency does not have the authority under the Clean Air Act to regulate greenhouse gas emissions from power plants that contribute to climate change. Instead, the High Court's conservative majority believes elected officials in Congress, not unelected members of the independent federal agency, have the power to determine limits on those emissions.
The 3 liberal justices were in dissent, and they said that this was a bad move, that here the court was stripping away from EPA important tools.
The ruling is also expected to make it more challenging for the Biden administration to reach its climate goals, with the president striving for power plant emissions to be net zero by 2035, an ambitious objective with power plants generating about 30% of CO2 emissions.
This is a setback in our fight against climate change when we're already far off track.
But some, like the Attorney General of West Virginia, the second largest coal-producing state in the nation, are pleased by the decision.
Regardless of where you are on the issue of climate change, it's important to play by the rules. Don't try to use the agency process to short-circuit Congress's role under the Constitution.
I'm Kevin Cork, Fox News.
Parents are expected to spend less this year for back-to-school shopping. A forecasting research firm says spending for back-to-school items, which usually starts after July 4th, will see just a 5.5% gain in spending. Last year's school shopping was up more than 13%. Factors affecting the fall-off include inflation, no more stimulus money, supply chain disruptions, rising interest rates, and declining personal savings. Small business owners on the Jersey Shore say they are ready for the first normal summer in the last 3 years. And as CJ Papa reports, high gas prices could mean more ka-ching at their registers.
It's peak season on the Jersey Shore, and small business owners are staffed up and ready to handle the crowds. They say they're having more luck finding workers this year. Sandwich shop Jack Shack opened its doors in Ocean Grove in May.
We'll be doing delivery to the beaches, to the lifeguards, to all the stores in the area. We're going to constantly reinvent our menu every few weeks.
After a shortened season last year, landmark music venue, the Stone Pony in nearby Asbury Park, has more than 30 concerts on its lineup. Last summer, visitors spent $7 billion in Ocean and Monmouth counties, inching closer to pre-pandemic levels. And the Shore's tourism industry could benefit from pain at the pump. AAA says about 45% of New Jersey residents will take shorter trips closer to home because of the higher gas prices. And your best bet to save on a place to stay might be avoiding weekends.
Looking at rentals, not necessarily for the weekend, but the week you can generally save some money as opposed to the weekends where they really jack it.
Asbury Park recently landed on Travel + Leisure's 25 best beaches in the U.S. list for summer, noted for its lively, clean, white sand beach.
You miss it. Once you know the Jersey Shore, you miss being down here. And that's really what brings everybody here. It's the beautiful beaches. It's the attitude down here. It's very laid back.
CJ Papa, Fox News.
Your complete holiday weekend forecast is next. Plus, an Atlanta officer leaps into action to deliver a baby in a gas station parking lot after being flagged down for help. Stay with us.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
Hi everyone, welcome. I'm meteorologist Sam Ryan. As we look back over the last 5 days, we didn't pick up much precipitation, so getting some here Friday and Friday night should help things out a little bit. Monday high temperatures tapped out at 79, and we saw that big warm up here Friday. 94 degrees was the high temperature. As we look at Binghamton at New York, it looked beautiful there for the Friday. And then we had those showers and storms move in, and they'll stay with us into the early morning hours heading to the east as we go into Saturday. Sunrise occurs at 5:35 Saturday, sunset now at 8:46 p.m. In 1 week from now, we'll have lost just about 6 minutes and 34 seconds of daylight. But right now we're sitting nice at 15 hours and 11 minutes. Still plenty of daylight to enjoy for the next couple days. 72 degrees at midnight. We'll see 69 at 3 a.m. Chances of showers and thunderstorms continuing. 65 at 6 a.m. We have a cold front, though, just up to the northwest. See how we see everything taper off here right around noon, maybe 1 p.m. And then we'll have clearing skies all taking place. Plenty of sunshine to enjoy for the afternoon here Saturday, and plenty for Sunday. So that cold front moves east, along with it, the showers, the thunderstorms. And we'll have things quiet down, comfortable humidity levels through Sunday and even into the 4th of July. But we'll have that changing throughout the course of the day on the 4th and become a little bit more humid just in time if you have plans to be out for the fireworks. So dry for the 4th for now. We'll have to keep an eye on it. Still several days out. Storms then for the day Tuesday. So another system moves in, higher humidity. And it will be an unsettled day for Tuesday especially. So 7 a.m. temperature here Saturday morning. Maybe a lingering shower and storm heading to the east. 77 at noon, and we get back into sunshine, 82. Here's an hour-by-hour look at things. Again, this is just a chance. Most of us will stay dry here by noontime. We'll have clearing taking place, and we'll get on the backside of that cold front. So low 80s for daytime highs. A beautiful afternoon. Again, decreasing clouds, everything looks spectacular for the afternoon. 65 morning temperatures, 83 for a high. That's right where we should be. And once again, that sunset at 8:46 p.m. Sunday then, a little bit cooler on the backside of this cold front. Plenty of sunshine to enjoy. Will be upper 70s to low 80s. And then up to 84 for Monday. Again, dry for now for the 4th. Could have increasing clouds in time for the fireworks. We'll have to keep an eye on this next system because showers and storms will be on and off possible for the day. Tuesday, 82, and a few scattered showers and storms a bit unsettled as we go through next week. We'll see high temperatures on Wednesday at 80 and 80 again on Thursday, 81 next Friday.
A warning from the Better Business Bureau. That guy you think is a cop may be out to rob you. Scammers are increasingly impersonating both local and national law enforcement officers to steal your money and identity. Nate Rogers explains.
Overnight, a 36-year-old man says he was threatened and assaulted by a man who claimed to be a police officer. It happened at the Red Line Addison stop about 1 a.m. The victim says the perpetrator displayed a badge, illegally searched his mother's bag, and attacked him.
Hit me inside of my right side of my face and also busted my nose open.
The Better Business Bureau announcing an uptick in scammers impersonating local and national law enforcement, with victims targeted by telephone, email, text message, and on social media.
People get really afraid when they hear that not only is there a problem, but now there might be law enforcement involved.
The scammers are often threatened with fines, claim they'll arrest you, or mention other penalties. They're also producing fake or stolen police badges.
Law enforcement will not do that. They will not call you and demand information. They will not call you and tell you there's that kind of trouble.
The BBB says even if the threats scare you, don't take immediate action. Hang up and call the agency directly to confirm legitimacy. Also, never send money to a stranger.
A woman goes into labor at a gas station. A police officer jumps into action and delivers the baby with his own hands. Christopher King has the incredible story.
We're at 1415 Cascade. If you can start fire rescue or ready to this location.
Officer Renato Anaya never trained for anything like this at the academy.
He had to pull over. I don't think the lady's going to make it all the way to Grady Hospital.
A mom goes into labor as her husband tries to drive her to the hospital.
We had a white SUV
that was behind us and began to flash its headlights and blow the horn.
Dad flags down Atlanta police officers.
The gentleman pretty much said, hey, my wife is in labor. Can you guys please escort us to the hospital?
But Dad has to pull over into this gas station. Mom gives birth in the SUV.
You got it.
All this happening around midnight last Saturday on Cascade near Donnelly in southwest Atlanta.
So you got it. Okay, baby's out. Baby's out.
Body cam video captures the miraculous moments.
I removed my raincoat and I saw that the baby's head was exposed, and I put my right hand by the baby's head and I told the lady to give a push, and she pushed the baby out.
Officer Anayad tells Fox 5 he didn't have time to think.
I just said to myself, okay, I'm going to have to deliver this baby right now.
The officer gives Mom her first look at her newborn.
Yes, he's breathing, he's crying. He's a beautiful, healthy baby.
Did you ever think you'd end up delivering a baby?
Never in 20-something years that I've been with the department. No, sir.
Hey, man. Let me get him out there. Come on. 1491, be advised, baby has been delivered. Baby boy.
Christopher King, Fox 5 News.
Still ahead, gas prices are fueling staycations. More on how going on vacation closer to home can help your wallet. If The Little Mermaid taught us one thing, it's that life is better down where it's wetter. Do you have that song in your head now? I do. I sure do. As the summer sun keeps making things hot, 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 mermaid enthusiasts are sharing just how cool the growing underwater trend is becoming. Ashley Stromier has a special look.
Get ready to take the plunge as we deep dive into mermaiding, a growing trend making a big splash here in the United States and around the world. With thousands of merfolk praising the activity that celebrates inclusivity, community, exploration, and even education.
Through this sort of like silly, frivolous activity, right, dressing up and swimming around, you can use this as a platform to teach kids about our waterways.
But back in the early days, mermaiding wasn't so accessible. The vibrant tails were primarily custom made, cost thousands of dollars, and could weigh close to 50 pounds. Over time, a wider selection of cheaper tails made with lighter materials started flooding the market, helping mermaiding transform into a multi-million-dollar industry while providing more opportunities to those curious to try it.
It's one thing that helps me to bring back my sanity. I tend to be relaxed when I do mermaiding because the movement.
And people can't seem to get enough, with local groups of merpeople called pods working to spread their skills.
We really have the opportunity to teach people how to do things safely and foundationally.
While it seems purely fun, the unique activity is also highly credible, with some of the world's top scuba diving organizations now offering official mermaiding courses. Ashley Stromier, Fox News.
This 4th of July is expected to be one of the biggest travel weekends since the start of the pandemic. Airfare has gone up 20 to 30%, and gas prices are through the roof. As a result, travel experts say this has more people taking staycations. Madison Scarpino has the story from Branson, Missouri.
Why spend a fortune on gas, flights, or rental cars when you can find a spot like this right in your backyard or just a few hours away? Going on a vacation closer to home not only helps your wallet, but you're also giving back to the local community. The Midwest town of Branson, Missouri is known for its pristine lakes, views, thrilling attractions, and resorts.
We have everything from 2 different pools. We have a splash pad for the kids. We have a lakefront. We have boats that you can rent out, tubes that you can rent out.
Watermill Cove Resort property manager Sean Cash says travelers come in from all over, but this summer he's seen more local people choose to vacation there.
It is cheaper to travel locally nowadays. I've got a couple guests on property right now that are just from Springfield, which is 30 minutes away. It's a very quick, short drive, easy vacation to scooch on down, feel like you're not at home, but you're in your backyard.
Lead economist at travel company Hopper, Haley Berg, says the staycation trend goes back to all the high travel costs, especially fuel and airfare.
This is the most expensive 4th of July weekend that we've seen in more than 5 years.
Because of that, Berg says many travelers are trying to save money by vacationing closer to home.
This is actually a great way to save money. A lot of times hotels, resorts, B&Bs, they'll offer lower prices for locals. as a way to incentivize travelers to fill those empty bookings in their properties over long weekends or throughout the summer.
And Cash says there's another benefit to staycations.
When you choose to vacation locally, you're supporting the people in your community.
But if you do choose to jump on a flight, definitely be prepared for possible cancellations or delays. And Hopper notes that 30% more travelers are purchasing trip disruption insurance these days, just in case. In Branson, Missouri, Madison Scarpino, Fox News.
Some consumers worried about medical debt hurting credit reports will be getting peace of mind soon. Starting July 21st, 3 major credit reporting firms, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, won't count paid medical debt on reports used by banks, landlords, and others to determine creditworthiness. Consumers will have a year to resolve delinquent medical debt sent to collection agencies before reporting it. Unpaid medical debt under $500 also won't be reported. The changes will eliminate 70% of medical debt on reports. Stay with us. We'll have more after the break.
Weighing in at 235 pounds with the cast, I'm estimating the cast is synthetic. I'm going to put it at 7 pounds.
We want to leave you with a smile. The official weigh-in ceremony for Nathan's annual 4th of July International Hot Dog Eating Contest is in the books. The top competitors gathered today in New York City to be certified for Monday's food contest. Reigning hot dog eating champion Joey Chestnut is looking for his 15th victory. He holds the world record of eating 76 hot dogs and buns in 10 minutes. Michelle Lesko is the 2021 women's champion, eating almost 31 hot dogs and buns in last year's competition. From our whole team, thank you for joining us. I'm Anna Manuel. We hope you have a great rest of your day.